Did you feel like
it was like nothing?
Did you sort of before? Because like, I mean, you look at, you're an amazing shape, work out, got it together, strong, blah, blah, blah. They always say, be careful the people who are, pre-existing conditions, which obviously if that could be deadly. With you, did you really think you were ever going to get it? Were you one of those people like you think, I'm just not going to get it. I'm not going to get this.
Oh, I always knew that it was a possibility, number one. And I felt a great deal of pressure to not get it. And this is something that I got into once I got a positive test. A lot of the mental fear. But to answer this question first, I've always been really good about mask wearing, about social distancing, just following the rules. Not going to a huge house party or
concert or whatever.
Or like super large gatherings where people aren't wearing masks. But I also haven't been totally afraid of it, which I know certain people are, and certain people have the absolute right to be, whether you have a pre-existing condition, whether you're elderly. My mom is not elderly per se, but I think that she's a little frightened of it because she's had a medical history, and you just don't know. It's scary.
Yeah,
people are dying from it. For me, honestly, because it was called COVID, I've had to be where I've been for the past 3 weeks since I was actually released from quarantine this past Friday.
But you quarantined before you even went on Heels to start filming. You had to quarantine for 2 weeks once you landed in Atlanta, correct?
I had to quarantine for 2 weeks once we landed in Canada, because we went to Canada in the summer. When we got to Georgia, everyone has to self-isolate for 5 days. And then we get tested Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And these aren't rapid result tests. But I mean, you're getting them if you test positive, you're getting a phone call at 6, 7 o'clock the next morning. Otherwise, you're just getting an email that says negative. So maybe there was a part of me that was starting to feel a little invincible, because I mean, by the time I tested positive, we're looking at 40 negative tests.
And what are you doing in this time? You're just on set. You're not going gallivanting around. You're not.
No.
Right. So who'd you get it from? Do you have an idea of who gave it to you?
No, I don't. I have absolutely no idea how it happened. I was out for dinner in Georgia, but I did my own contact tracing on that one, and not finding any evidence that it happened then and there.
Is there a relief to it? So, is there a relief that you have it and you're just like, now I have the antibodies, and now it's almost like, because here's also
there is now, except there wasn't when it happened. The most difficult part about it, and one of the reasons that I want to talk about it right now, is whether or not you're frightened of it. There is a lot of fear mongering going on about it, and there's a lot of conjecture, and there's a lot of people that are, basically trying to scare the shit out of you a little bit, because when it happened and when I got the positive test, for me, it became, holy fuck, I just destroyed this show, because I'm number one on the call sheet and I work every day, give or more or less. It's like 4.5 days a week on this first block that we were shooting. And I'm in my head going, shit, they're going to have to shut down the production. We're not yet done the first block of 2 episodes. Did I just did I just ruin this?
That's the first thing you're thinking of, not, am I going to die?
No, I wasn't worried about that. There is a little bit of a mental struggle, because one of the things you hear about is you hear that the symptoms can be mild at the start. You can feel better, and then there's a relapse and things come back. And when they come back worse than before. Thankfully that didn't happen to me, but there's a real malaise that sets in